What's going on, guys? Just another video here where I want to talk about some more of the kind of the common mistakes or the biggest mistakes that men over 40 make when trying to lose weight, build muscle, improve their strength, their energy performance, right? Get in shape, stay fit, all these things that we tend to do, but the biggest mistakes that are being made here. So, the last video I talked about changing kind of, your habits, right? And bad habits and the big mistakes we're making there. So if you missed that one, make sure that you check that one out. That was like super important, super critical to address that one. But today I want to talk about one of the other mistakes that has to do with consistency, right? And, again, we hear it all the time, right? The importance of being consistent, right? Consistency is like the big key to success, right? Anything that we're trying to do, we have to be consistent with doing it. But a lot of the times, like it's an area that we really struggle with, right? We struggle with consistency because, we're not motivated, or, we don't, maybe we don't have the time, we're busy, maybe, we don't have the energy, to get to the gym, or, things kind of come up. But, here's, again, like, these are kind of the surface issues. And even though we know about this stuff, right, we know how important it is to be consistent. And so you might have tried to motivate yourself and to get yourself fired up, or, read motivational quotes, or, watch videos on YouTube, motivational, inspirational type things, like talking to yourself, getting yourself fired up, things like that, trying to use willpower and kind of get yourself, out of that rut that you're in, right? What happens is that, it might work for a little while, but then kind of the motivation wears off, the willpower runs out, and then again, we're stuck and struggling with the same issues, not able to be as consistent as we need to achieve the goals that we have. So even though we know how important it is to be consistent, we still struggle with it. And here's the reason why. At least this is what I've found, right? And I don't claim to know all the answers to everything. This is just kind of what I've observed and noticed in not only myself. I struggle with all these issues, but with clients that I've trained, and I've been doing this for, almost 18 years now. So this is really just kind of coming from my own knowledge and experience here. So when it comes to consistency, here's the thing. A lot of times we're trying to make changes that are unsustainable for us. Now, that could mean different things for different people. Like when we talk about unsustainable changes, that could mean like, having a diet that's too strict, too regimented, or, for example, maybe it's a low carb diet, or a keto diet, or a paleo diet, or, whatever that might be. Now, it's not to say that these are bad approaches, right? But it is to say that, sometimes we do them because they work for other people, right? Or we read books talking about how effective they are. And they might be effective for other people, but it doesn't mean that it's effective for us, So it could be unsustainable, not because it's anything that's crazy to try to do, but that it just might not be sustainable for you, given, where you're at right now. Your body might have different needs. You might, have just, you might be crunched for time and be extremely busy, or, have other things that, in your life going on, or just, other requirements that your body needs, maybe nutritionally, that approach might not fit. So if we're making changes that are not sustainable for us, then again, we're not going to be able to do it very long. We try to do them, but then again, what happens? We stick for it for maybe a few weeks or a month or a couple of months, but then we can't sustain it. So we end up kind of stopping and then reverting back to the old habits. We become inconsistent, and then, we don't get results, and, and on that whole cycle goes, right? And the same goes for like workouts and everything, trying a workout program that might be great for either losing weight or building muscle and strength. But again, it might not be the right program for you. It might be unsustainable for you, again, given what, where you're at, what your body is capable of doing, your fitness level, maybe pain and injuries that are going on, or maybe just, from an energy standpoint, or your weight, or, it could be, any kind of these things. These are all just kind of, pieces that we have to look at, right? And make sure that, before we start to do anything, that it's sustainable for us over the long term. Okay. So, that's kind of it, so it's just kind of a, to get you to really look at that and understand and to think about what you're trying to do here with the changes you're trying to make and the goals that you're trying to achieve with your health, your fitness, your performance. Are these changes sustainable for you? And if you're not able to do them, then that's probably you've answered your own question, right? If you keep trying and you keep struggling and you can't seem to, stick with, the workouts or the diet or whatever it is that you're trying to do, chances are that it even though it might be sustainable for other people, it might not be sustainable for you. So if that's the case, really, this is just kind of, to an invitation for you to, look at what you're trying to do, look at the results you're getting. And if you're stuck and struggling still, then to ask yourself, how can I make this sustainable, right? How can I make what I'm trying to do to achieve these goals that I have sustainable? What can I do? How can I make that happen, right? And that's it. And see what you come up with. And I'd like you to, to engage with this and post your answer below. Leave a comment and let me know what you come up with. But that's about it. So, really it's about making sustainable changes, right? Sustainable changes are what help us, or I should say what drive consistency. It not only helps it helps drive consistency, right? And that's the name of the game, right? If we're not consistent, we're not going to get the results. So sustainable changes, what can you do or how can you make what you're doing more sustainable? Love to hear your response. And that's all I've got for today. So in the meantime, take care of yourself, awaken that inner athlete that's inside of you, because it's in there, it's within you, and you have all the ability you need to awaken it and achieve the goals that you have. Be unstoppable. Leave a comment below. Let me know what you come up with, and I'll be back another time. Take care, you guys.